Hi everybody and welcome back to some more Ride 2 here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here and this is episode number 50. Oh my god, we've done 50 episodes on this game. That is unreal. I hope you're still enjoying the series. Please give this video a big thumbs up and leave your comments. And in today's episode we've got some free bikes that have just been released, and we're going to be testing out one of them today, and we're going to do the same as what we've been doing in the previous videos. We're going to put it up against another bike. So the bike that is free on the pack today, we're going to get straight to now. So here we go. Right guys, so the first free bike we're going to be testing out is the Mr. Martini Flashback California. Now if you remember in a previous video we tested out the Flashback 2 and that was another custom made Ducati and it was absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved it. So I'm hoping this one's going to be just as good, but we are going to be testing this one out against the Flashback 2 and I'm not sure what the difference is in stats in the two bikes, but the last one handled really well, so I'm expecting this one to be pretty damn decent, but it looks absolutely crazy. I like the custom design of the exhaust. This one hasn't got a front fairing, so I'm not sure if the aerodynamics are going to be as good on this one, but we will see in the time trial. But we're going to test this out in a race, so let's quickly have a look at the Flashback 2. It's got from standard. They're both got similar stats, and it should be interesting, but we are going to fully max these out, see what performance points they go up to, and then we're going to test them out against each other. But like I said, we're going to test it out in a race first. I'm expecting it to be pretty decent. I remember the Flashback 2 had crazy acceleration and the handling was pretty damn decent considering the stats don't suggest that it is a good handling bike. But we're going to get straight into a race now guys. Hopefully this will be a good one, so let's get straight to it now. So here we go. Right guys, so we fully maxed it out. It takes it up to 728 performance points and the acceleration is pretty damn decent. Braking power looks good. Top speed doesn't look amazing and handling, but like I said on the Flashback 2, that one was awesome. So I'm expecting this one to be the same. So let's get straight into the race. Right, so here we go with the race. We're going to race around Valonga. Let's just check out what other bikes are in this race. Oh god, it's quite a strong lineup of bikes, and with the lowest performance points a bike in the race, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think this one is going to be pretty damn decent, so let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, so here we go with this race around Valonga. Now I've changed my gearing, so I've got my streetwear on, so I fit in and I look awesome on that custom Ducati. Oh god, it does possess quite a bit of power there as I pulled off. Oh, a little bit of contact there as I pulled off, and I've powered off, but the acceleration is damn decent. What's the handling going to be like? Now I haven't made any adjustments to the suspension. We're going to see what it's like on the standard settings. Right, slow it down and see if we can get a nice turn in. Oh, he bombed up the inside. Can we slow it down? It does have decent braking. Oh my god, that was close, but it does drop into the corners really nicely, and it is feeling pretty damn decent. But then the Flashback 2 was absolutely phenomenal considering the low handling rating that it had and the acceleration on this bike. Oh my god, I've just gone into the lead there. Can I hold it into the corner? And it's dropping into the corners really well, so the suspension is working really nicely, and that's without making the adjustments. So I'm holding the lead here. Can I slow it down nicely into this corner? Oh my god, it drops in there nicely. I don't even have to fight with it. Let's keep that front wheel down. Oh my god, we put anti-wheel on low, but we probably could turn it off. I think we could manage this bike, but we will see what it's like this and see if we can win the race. Now we could put this race on 4 laps, but at the moment we're already bossing the race. We're in the lead and we're doing pretty well. Let's see if we can slow it down into this corner nicely. Oh, it controls itself around the corners. It's really smooth guys. The suspension setup on this bike on the standard settings is absolutely amazing. I thought it would struggle around these corners. It's not. It just feels really good and very stable, which is absolutely awesome. Now the only thing I think this is going to probably not going to be as good as the Flashback 2 is on its aerodynamics, but we will find out because we're going to test this bike against the Flashback 2 in a time trial at the end of the video. I thought it'd be really good to test it against another version of this bike and just see which one's better. Now the only difference I saw on the stats was this one had I think 1 point difference on the top end, so this one has a greater top end, which is quite surprised, like I said, without having that that aerodynamics. But you know, this one might have a little bit more grunt at the top end and the gearing might be slightly it's different, has a different setup, so that's probably where it's different. But it still feels just as good. So it's going to be quite an interesting test, I think. I think what I'm going to do, I'll do the time trial around the smaller version of Valonga. And yeah, because I'm going to try and mix up these time trials so we can do it on a different circuit each time. But we've got another bike to test out in the next video, guys, and it's going to be an Aprilia. I'm not sure what version. I just had a quick flick and had a look at it, and I think it's a bike which has another version of it. So again, we might test it out against its other version to see which one is best. I think that's what most of you like to see. You want to see which bikes that you actually want to spend your credits on. Now, there's, like I said, you've got 2 of these. So you want to know which one is the best one to buy. And at the moment, I'm really stumped to say which one is better. With both races I've had on these bikes, I think the race I did on the other version of this was round Valonga. And again, it was absolutely dominant in the race. So it's going to be a test, but we will find out at the end of the video. Let's keep it nice and tight there. And we'll keep on pulling away. We are absolutely bossing this race. And this is absolutely too easy. Even on the hardest level, this bike is superior against even bikes with higher performance points and larger engines as well. So it's really, really amazing custom-made bike. I bet this bike is absolutely ridiculously expensive as well. Most of these custom bikes are. But I would like to see one. I think it sounds awesome. It looks awesome. I'm not sure whether I prefer it to the Flashback 2, but I'm definitely going to research and find out what's behind the name Mr. Martini. That would be really interesting to find out. I mean, they do have a lot of info on the bikes on the game. Plus, if you got the handbook with the game as well, if you pre-ordered the game, it does have a lot of info about bikes. I have to quickly check through that little manual and to see if it has this bike in there. I can't remember if it does. Right, let's try and hold it into there. All nice and tight. Slowed it down. Oh, it's just so good. The control on this bike is absolutely brilliant. I think I might do a few more races on this bike at some point. And yeah, I'm wondering how many people are going to be using this online. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, it's good that the fact they keep adding all these free bikes. I know there's a lot of you that obviously can't afford to have the season pass, and the fact they keep offering these free bikes is absolutely brilliant. But there is a list in the description of the video of all the premium packs and free packs. So there's some more free packs to come, guys. So there's plenty more coming from this game. And just hold it through there. It still feels pretty damn decent. So we've got one more lap to go. And then I think we're actually quite a few seconds ahead. So we can just take it nice and easy. And then we will get it into that time trial and just see what this is like against the other version. It's going to be really, really interesting. Also, guys, there's plenty of new series coming on the channel. I'm going to be doing a video soon listing all the new games that are going to be on the channel, and there's some really, really good ones to look forward to, guys. Loads of race. Oh god, almost lost it there as I accelerated out that section. Yeah, there's loads of new games and new series that will be coming on the channel. I just cannot believe that we've already got to 50 episodes of this series already, and the series on the channel are starting to really be good, and all the response has been awesome. So I really appreciate it. I mean, I have noticed the views on this series has dropped off a little, but it's not going to stop me. I mean, I don't just do this. Oh god, bloody hell, almost came off the bat there. I don't just do this for the views. I do it because I love racing. I love sharing my gameplays. I like the fact that you know, all the things that I'm learning on these games, not just from playing it, but from you guys as well, because you guys play these games as well. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've been on YouTube for a couple of years now, and the channel keeps on growing, and it's down to you guys. So thank you for all the support. You've all been absolutely brilliant. Just keep up the support if you will. It'd be really nice. Keep on sharing the videos, keep liking the videos, and hopefully I'll be racing on the online scene with you guys very soon. Once I clear up and get some time. Oh god, put that wheelie up for the last lap. There we go. Nicely done. And I can say that bike is absolutely brilliant. But we will do a rating on the bikes at the end of the video, guys. And I will give you my opinion which one I think is better. But I'm gonna test them out in a time trial first to come to that conclusion. But that in that category is very strong. I just don't look at the stats, guys, because I just don't believe that is what rating it should be for handling, because without adjusting it, it just felt too good. Even better than the Aprilia, which came in second. Right, let's get into the next part of this video. Right, so here we go with this time trial, testing out the Flashback California against the Flashback 2. Which one's going to be better in a time trial? Now, we're going to keep everything the same. I'm not going to adjust any of the bikes. I mean, before I adjusted the bike after one lap, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it on the standard settings from the start. Which one's going to come out on top? We're going to find out, guys, so let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, so here we go with the first test on the Flashback California around a Valonga South Circuit. So this is the shorter version, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. Now, we're going to do maybe 4 or 5 laps on each, and we haven't adjusted any of this setup on the bike, so this is going to be interesting. Now, this one has slightly better top end, and that is the only difference between the two on the overall stats. But is that going to come into play on a short circuit? This circuit's mainly really tight corners. So this is going to be a very short, under sort of like 50 seconds, I think these lap times are going to be. And it feels pretty smooth. Again, guys, this one feels very, very smooth into the corners. I'm not fighting with it. It's not understeering either, which is brilliant. And when you accelerate out the corners, you're not getting too much of a reaction. It's not really kicking out the back. It's not, the wheel is going up slightly at the front, but it's not over the top. It's easy controlled. So this bike is very stable. Oh god, just lost a bit of speed into that corner, but it doesn't matter. You can slow it down. It's really smooth on the turn and accelerate. So that's the first lap, and we did a 49.799. So that's the first lap. Now we're going to do a few more laps just to see if we can beat that and get that time down. It's probably going to take a few laps to get that time in, so we're running slightly quicker on the second lap, as you will do, and let's see if we can get that time in. I'm expecting maybe to get close to the 48s, I would have thought, but we will find out. Again, into that corner really nicely, accelerate, keeps the front wheel down, turn it into there. Get a nice drive out to into that corner, drop it into that corner. I think you can go a little bit tighter. These aren't going to be the fastest laps. It's just a matter of testing out the Flashback California against the Flashback 2 in just a few laps to see which one is the better bike. And accelerates. And we will do a rating on both bikes at the end of the video. So we've gone slightly quicker. So we're up to 49.599. I still reckon we can go a lot quicker. I'm not going as fast as I think. Like I said, I'm not adjusting anything on the bikes. I'm just doing it on the standard settings. I think you could go a lot quicker if you made a few tweaks here and there, but that's not what it's about in this time trial. It's just about on their standard settings which one is the better bike. Right, so we held it through there nicely. Oh god, that was my own fault. And hold it nice and tight into there, and we're still running slightly under the time. And turn it over, accelerate, stay off that curb. Oh damn, I touched a bit of grass there, so we got an invalid record for our third lap. But we'll just go another lap and see if we can beat that time. I'm not going to let it bother me. Right, let's just go once more. And it wasn't a faster time anyway. Let's see if we can go one more lap and see if we can get that time down. Nice and turn in there, keep it nice and tight. Oh, it feels pretty damn good into that corner there. Let's keep it nice and tight. Oh god, still slightly under the time. Right onto the curb there, nice and tight, nice and smooth. Accelerate. Right, let's just try and get it nice and tidy into this corner, and that's a nice turn into there. Keep it nice and smooth, and that was much better, keeping that front wheel down. Still slightly under the time. Let's see if we can improve in this last section. And a nice drive through there, and come on, we can now this last corner. This will be hopefully our fastest time. Yes, we're up on the time going into the final corner. Come on, we can do this. And accelerate. Is this going to be our fastest time to the finish line? And we put in a 49.4. Now there you go, after 4 laps. I think that's a pretty decent time. I think I'm going to leave it on that. So that's the time to beat. So 49.416 is the time after 4 laps. We're going to do the same on the Flashback 2, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. So that wasn't like I said, amazing times, but we will see what the Flashback can do on the same setup, no adjustments. So we're going to get straight into that now, guys. So here we go. Right, guys, so the Flashback 2 fully maxed out is the same performance points. The only difference, like I said, is the top speed is 7.6 on this one, and the other one, the California, is 7.7. Right, let's get into that time trial and see what this one can do. Right, so here we go, guys. Let's see if this one can beat that time of 49.4. So that's what we're after. So looking at the styling of the bike, I think I slightly prefer this version for looks. But does it have a better handling? That's what we're going to find out. So we're on the standard settings again. Let's see if we can beat that time. Right, so here we go into that first corner. It lacks the top end compared to the other one, but is it going to be faster into the turn? It feels pretty smooth again, just like the California. Very, very smooth into the turn. So let's try and get nice and tight, get a nice drive around this corner, nice and tidy, and accelerate. Feels pretty good out the turn as well. Nice and tight into there. Again, this one is performing just like the California. Very, very stable into the turns and nice and smooth. Oh god, that was really tight into that corner. And again, nice and tight into this corner. This isn't a bad first lap, so this is a good start. But is it going to be quicker than the Flashback California? That is what we're going to find out. Nice and smooth round there. Oh god, that was really, really good round that corner. So what time are we going to get? Oh, there you go. Smashed it on the first lap. 49.066. So there you go. Oh god, mucked that up. Right, let's stop there. So in one lap, guys, we beat the time. I think I might go out again. We do a couple of more laps, see if we can beat that time. But on one lap, we beat it straight away. So this bike, without any adjustments, was better from the start, considering the stats were slightly lower, but it had the same rating. So we're going to probably do a few more laps, and then we'll do our summary of both bikes at the end of the video. So let's get straight into some more laps. Right, so here we go again. We're going to test this one out in a few more laps, and we're going to see if we can improve on that time. So let's see if we can get it under 49 and get it and do a 48 something. That is the task in hand. Let's see if we can do that. Let's get nice and tight into this corner. Again, really, really smooth into those turns, which I absolutely love. You're not fighting with the bike. It's not like causing you any problems. You can just turn it, hold it. Once you get to good throttle control, even with the under braking, you're not feeling that back end, you know, wanting to pull round. It's not giving you any trouble at all. I think you could make it a little bit better into some of the corners, a little bit better at the front. You might stiffen that suspension up to get the front of the bike turned in a little bit quicker. But other than that, it feels really, really smooth, and I'm absolutely loving it. So that's not another good lap. We're getting really consistent with these lap times. And what time we're going to get? Oh, it's slightly slower than our fastest lap, but we're going to do a few more laps and just see if we can push it a little bit more. We've done probably slightly more laps on this bike than we did on the California, because a couple of laps I had after getting my first fastest time were invalid. Just caught a little bit more curb or grass than I should have just round this turn. So hopefully it's just on this corner here. I've caught the curb a couple of times as I've straightened out just here, and it's given me an invalid record. So we didn't do it that time, so that is good. So we're up on the time, so hopefully this is going to be our fastest lap. Get a nice turn in there, accelerate, come on, this is going to be a good time. And yes, 48.9. That's awesome. So guys, we beat the time, so we got 48.999. What an absolutely brilliant lap. So this bike, after I actually did a few more laps where a couple of them were invalid, but I actually did 4 clean laps that counted. But it was a much better bike around that circuit. So out of the time trial, this one is showing to be slightly better, considering it was slightly slower in top end. But around a short circuit, the top end didn't come into play. If we did a longer circuit, maybe it might have come out on top. Who knows? Right, we're going to get into the rating on these bikes. So here we go, guys. Right guys, I'm just going to give you a quick summary on both the bikes. Now the Flashback California is awesome, very consistent, very stable. It was one of the best bikes, naked bikes I've tried out, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and it well deserves that as well. So we're going to just get into the rating for the Flashback 2. Again guys, this bike was very, very consistent, very stable, and slightly better into the turn than the California, so I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 as well. Two bikes you've got to have in your garage. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.